From mermaids to pegusai, sphinx, and dragons, mythical magical creatures have always fascinated me. If they have for you too, then you're gonna love this video. I'm gonna talk about some mythical magical creatures that just so happen to be my favourites, and I'm gonna give you some book recs so you can get that mythology fix sorted. Starting with mermaids. What do you think of when I say the word mermaid? While yes, Ariel is probably the most well-known and common type of mermaid that we see in the media, but she's not the only type of mermaid that exists. These mermaids and their descriptions, their appearance, and the stories that come with them reflect the values, fears, and aspirations of the cultures that they come from. So let's start with Western mythology with the sirens of the sea. In ancient Greek art and literature, sirens were predominantly depicted as being a combination of human and bird features. They had the head and upper body of a woman, but the lower body of a bird with large wings and sometimes bird-like legs. During the Middle Ages, Christian symbolism and interpretations of pagan myths led to a transformation in the way sirens were depicted. In this period, the image of the siren began to merge with that of a mermaid. So let's include them in this and tell the tale of the sirens in Homer's Odyssey. There was an island in the sea known for being covered with the bones of sailors who'd been lured to their deaths. This was the home to the sirens, creatures that sang to attract ships to their coastline. Odysseus, forewarned by the enchantress and all-round awesome Circe, ordered his men to plug their ears with beeswax and had himself tied to the mast so he could hear the song without succumbing to it. And so they passed through unscathed. But that's just one type of mermaid, and I would like to touch on another one in this video, and that's the Mamiwata from African mythology. Mamiwata is perhaps the most celebrated of the African water spirits, worshipped across numerous cultures in West, Central, and Southern Africa, and in the African diaspora in the Americas. Mamiwata is often depicted as a beautiful woman with long, flowing hair that's sometimes clear, other times dark. She may appear fully human, but more often she possesses the tail of a fish or the coils of a serpent. Mamiwata is associated with divination, healing, and bringing wealth and prosperity to her devotees. Okay, so let's get to the book recs, because for Mamiwata in particular, I have two that fit the bill. The Deep is a short novel that reimagines the descendants of African slaves who were thrown overboard during the Middle Passage as mermaids. It explores the themes of memory, history, and the struggle for identity. It draws influence from the mythology of Mamiwata in a thematic way, but creates its own narrative surrounding it. An emotional and worthwhile read. Skin of the Sea is inspired by West African mythology. This book tells the story of Simidele, a Mamiwata mermaid, who defies the gods to save a boy's soul, embarking on a journey that blends history with myth in a breathtaking adventure. I've enjoyed every moment of this one. Now it's time for dragons to shine. From Western to Eastern mythology, these magical, mythical creatures are quite frankly everywhere. But today we're talking about mythology in particular, starting with Chinese dragons. Forget the fire breather with a bad attitude. Chinese dragons are majestic, serpentine beings, often seen frolicking among the clouds or controlling rivers. These dragons don't have wings. They soar through the sky through magical means. One of the most revered dragons is the Long Dragon, a symbol of power, good luck, and prosperity, with the Dragon Boat Festival being one of the many cultural celebrations honoring these magnificent creatures. And let's not forget about Japanese dragons. These dragons share similarities with their Chinese cousins. Japanese dragons, or Ryu, have three common characteristics: 3 claws on each leg, a mustache, and a sacred pearl that's called the Dragon Pearl. The magic of the dragons comes from these jewels. There are thousands of these dragons, but Ryujin is the dragon god of the sea, who lives in a beautiful underwater palace that changes the perception of time. A century in the earthly world is equivalent to only a day in the palace. Pretty cool. So let's get to the books. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea reimagines traditional Korean folklore and mythology. It tells the story of a brave young girl who, in an effort to save her brother and bring an end to the sacrifices made to appease an angry sea god, throws herself into the sea instead of another girl. She finds herself in a magical underwater kingdom on a quest to uncover the truth about the god's wrath, and to find a way to save her people from endless storms. A fantastic book that has real Ghibli vibes. Song of Silver, Flame Like Night follows a young girl who discovers she possesses a rare and forbidden magic linked to ancient gods. As she navigates a world where her powers are both a gift and a curse, she crosses paths with a mysterious boy harboring secrets of his own. Together they embark on a journey to unlock the mysteries of their magic and confront a shadowy enemy. Next, and one of my personal favourites, the Minotaur. In the heart of Crete lies the Labyrinth, a maze so intricately designed that none who enter can find a way out. At its centre is the Minotaur, a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull. Born from the union of Queen Pasiphae and a divine bull sent by Poseidon, the Minotaur is a symbol of the consequences of defiance against the gods. King Minos, to hide his shameful secret, imprisoned the beast within the labyrinth, designed by the architect Daedalus. Each year, youths from Athens were sent into the labyrinth as tribute, to be devoured by the Minotaur. That is until the hero Theseus ventured into the maze and with the help of Ariadne's thread slew the beast, freeing Athens from its terrible debt. So here are the wrecks. Ariadne. This novel retells the myth of the Minotaur from the perspective of his sister Ariadne, offering a fresh look at the legend by focusing on women's voices and experiences, blending myth with a tale of family, love, and destiny. Circe. Though not exclusively about the Minotaur, Circe weaves together various threads of Greek mythology, including the story of the labyrinth and its tragic inhabitant. Both of these books I loved, but those were only 3 types of mythical creatures. In speedy fashion, here are a few more. The golem is a mystical creature from Jewish folklore, often depicted as a giant made of clay or mud, brought to life through magical rituals and Hebrew inscriptions. Traditionally, golems are created to serve their creators, protect the Jewish community, or perform tasks too difficult or dangerous for humans. Fenrir is a formidable wolf from Norse mythology, known for his immense strength and ferocity. He is one of the sons of Loki the trickster god and the giantess Angrboda. Fenrir's appearance is that of a gigantic wolf, so large and powerful that the gods themselves fear him. According to legend, Fenrir is prophesied to break free from his magical chains during Ragnarok, the end of the world, where he will devour Odin, the king of the gods. In Greek mythology, the Sphinx is a legendary creature with the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the head of a human, often a woman. It is most famously known from Greek mythology, particularly the story of Oedipus. The Sphinx guarded the entrance to the city of Thebes, posing a riddle to travelers to prevent them from entering. According to the myth, she devoured anybody unable to answer her riddle until Oedipus solved it, leading to her own destruction. Pegusai are the winged horses of Greek mythology. These magnificent creatures have the body of a horse, but with grand feathered wings that allow them to fly. Pegasus, the most renowned of these creatures, was born from the blood of Medusa after she was slain by Perseus. Pegasus was eventually tamed by Bellerophon, who rode him to defeat the Chimera. Cyclops are giant one-eyed creatures from Greek mythology, known for their formidable strength and blacksmithing skills. One of the most famous Cyclops is Polyphemus, who appeared in Homer's Odyssey. Polyphemus traps Odysseus and his men in his cave, intending to eat them, but Odysseus blinds the Cyclops with a wooden stake, enabling their escape. Let me know what your favourite mythical creature is, and if you have any book recs to go along with them, leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.